Welcome to English Story Journey. In today's video, we'll explore the heartwarming story of Heidi by Johanna Spyri. Follow the adventures of a young girl who finds joy and healing in the beautiful Swiss Alps. Whether you're relaxing or learning English, this tale of nature, friendship, and home will captivate you. Let's dive into Heidi's world and enjoy this charming story together. Heidi by Johanna Spyri. In the majestic mountains of Switzerland, there lived a young girl named Heidi. Her parents had passed away, leaving her to live with her grandfather, known as Uncle. Uncle was a quiet and solitary man who lived alone in a small, charming house high in the Alps. Although he was used to a peaceful life, he welcomed Heidi with open arms. When Heidi first arrived at her grandfather's home, she was filled with excitement. The mountains were like a magical new world to her. She loved the fresh, crisp air, the rolling green meadows, and the clear blue sky. Heidi's grandfather, though initially unsure about having a child, grew to enjoy her company. Together, they explored the beautiful surroundings, picked wildflowers, and enjoyed the tranquil beauty of their mountainous home. Heidi soon became friends with the local children. One of her closest friends was Peter, a young boy who took care of the goats. Heidi enjoyed spending time with Peter and his goats. They played together, explored the hills, and learned about the animals and the land. Heidi was happy and content in the mountains, and she felt a deep connection to the natural world around her. One day, Heidi's aunt from the city visited. She was worried that Heidi was living in such a remote place and thought it would be better for her to get an education in the city. Reluctantly, Heidi had to leave her grandfather and the mountains she loved so dearly. Her aunt took her to Frankfurt, a busy city full of tall buildings and noisy streets. Heidi had to stay with a wealthy family called the Sessamans. In Frankfurt, Heidi met Clara, a kind girl who was unable to walk. Heidi moved into Clara's home and tried to adapt to city life. Although she did her best to help Clara and make the most of her new environment, she missed her grandfather and the mountains terribly. The city was noisy and crowded, and Heidi felt out of place. Heidi struggled with her new life in Frankfurt. She missed the clean air and the freedom of the mountains. Her longing for her old home made her feel sad and homesick. Despite her efforts to adjust and help Clara, Heidi's sadness affected her health, and she became weak and unhappy. Clara's father noticed how unhappy Heidi was. He realized that Heidi's heart was in the mountains, and she needed to return there to be truly happy. He understood how important the mountains were to Heidi and decided to help her go back to her grandfather. When Heidi returned to the Alps, she felt an immense sense of joy and relief. The mountains welcomed her back, and she felt like she had come home. Her grandfather was delighted to see her again, and Peter and the other children were thrilled to have her back. The beauty and peace of the mountains quickly restored Heidi's happiness and health. Heidi's return to the Alps also brought positive changes for Clara. Clara visited Heidi in the mountains, and the fresh, clean air helped her regain her strength and learn to walk again. The healing environment of the mountains had a wonderful effect on both Heidi and Clara, bringing them joy and well-being. Through her experiences, Heidi learned the importance of following her heart and finding happiness in the things she loved. Even though she faced challenges and had to leave her beloved mountains, her love for them never wavered. Heidi's story is a beautiful reminder that true happiness comes from being true to ourselves and cherishing the places and people that make us feel at home. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the story and found it useful for your English practice. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more stories. See you next time and keep learning.